What is up, YouTube? This is Rattlehead coming at you guys with a brand new video. Today I'm excited to talk about something different other than fighting games. So be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and do me a favor if you can, please hit that like button so I can start generating more, traffic on my channel and all that good stuff. To kind of get more awareness to the community out there about gaming and blind gaming specifically. So shout outs to everybody who always likes my videos, watches my content, especially with fighting games. I know I'm primarily a Mortal Kombat, exclusively a Mortal Kombat player, due to the fact that I play in tournaments and try to level up, and I feel like my skill level has gone up significantly. Just kind of be sure to check that out, see my progress, all that good stuff. But anyway, enough of that. I want to talk about something that is right now on the screen. And of course, for those who can't see, you probably hear those little waves of water going on. This, ladies and gentlemen, is The Last of Us Part 2. So, I want to talk about this game, and I'm going to be showing you guys some gameplay footage in a bit that I got from my stream. I was streaming this game yesterday on my my Twitch channel. So be sure to check it out, because we're not done with the game yet. So we got lots to go through. So be sure to check out twitch.tv/OBS Rattlehead. I'll put it in the description. So be sure guys, to check that out. So yeah, let's talk about it. So the main reason I want to bring this up is because this is a huge milestone for blind gamers in general. So before I get that going, I want to start by giving a shout out to Brandon, Steve, and James, the three main guys who turns out that they were the ones were behind this innovation of gaming. Naughty Dog was kind enough, or willing to take on this huge task of making accessibility, not just in menus, not just in just navigation and all that, but like just the overall gameplay, guys. So what I have in front of me right now is the main menu, and we're gonna check out basically how they did it. Now they did a different approach compared to NRS, where they actually had Jamison Price read the menus, which is really cool. That I really like that, because it's kind of unique actually. But the what I was hoping that would happen is you implement like a text to speech into the game, where other areas cannot be accessed by Jamison Price. But in this case, Naughty Dog went all out, and again, thanks to those guys, those other fellow blind players who actually like gave him more specific feedback and got them to put an actual screen reader into the game. So the game reads everything. So like for example, let's go ahead and get started. So right now I'm in the main menu of the game.
Options, extras, story.
So the first thing you'll get is story. So yeah, I went down once and it went to options, and then you have extra. So those are like the three main options, like in the main menu of the game, The Last of Us. Now the menu wraps, but that really doesn't matter anymore, because where you're located. Whereas before, if a menu wrapped, no matter how much you memorized all that stuff, you have to literally count how many times you go down or up to get to where you want to go. Here, that's no longer the case.
Options, extras, story.
So that's it. Those are the three options. So real quick, let's go ahead and jump into what else is in store for us here. Just keep in mind too that this is not just accessibility for blind players. Naughty Dog went all out.
Options, accessibility.
So let's check it out.
X button.
Accessibility.
Select. Circle button. Alternate controls.
So you have
By
alternate
turning these
controls.
settings, magnification and visual aid.
This is for low vision.
Motion sickness.
This is for those who may have
Square button. Navigation
epilepsy or any
Motion
things like
sickness. Navigation and traversal. Square button. Presets. X button. Text to speech and audio cues.
that. Obviously, this is for blindness.
Square button. Navigation. Text to speech and combat accessibility.
Same thing. A lot
Square
of stuff is for
button.
blindness as
Presets.
well.
Alternate controls.
So alternate controls. Let's talk about those real
Square
quick.
button.
These are
Presets.
specifically
X
for those who
button.
have
Select.
motor control
Circle
issues.
button. Back.
Who may need to customize their controls, all that good stuff, right? That's literally what they have them for, is to cater to those players.
Magnification and visual
This
aids.
one is specifically for
Square
those
button.
who
Presets.
are
X button.
low vision
Select.
and may need any
Circle
kind of
button.
color coding
Back.
to identify enemies, or maybe some locations or items in the game, or whatever. There's all these different customization options. And then of course you have
Motion sickness.
again, for those who
Square
may
button.
deal with epilepsy or
Presets.
any type
X
of,
button.
I
Select.
guess,
Circle button.
issues
Back.
with having to see all these random colors or all the stuff that's just too extreme. Obviously, I won't get into that because I'm not an expert in that subject matter, but essentially that's what it's for, right?
Navigation and
And then, of
traversal.
course, this is for,
Square button. Navigation. Traversal assistance. Navigation assist.
for just
Traversal
like
assist. Ledge guard. On. Enhanced listen mode. On. Scan range.
more
20 meter.
more
Navigation
more
and
blind
traversal.
players, right? More blind gameplay.
Square button.
Uh,
Presets.
a lot of it,
X button.
has to do with
Select.
blind players
Circle
because
button.
as
Back.
we know, blindness is very specific. So a lot of settings cater to us. So let's go ahead and dive into the accessibility options for the blind.
Text to speech and audio
Text to
cues.
speech and audio cues, right?
Square button. Text to speech. On.
So obviously
Enables
that's on.
narration of on-screen text. When enabled, request a text-to-speech description of your current status with touchpad swipe up. Text-to-speech volume can be adjusted from the audio volumes menu.
That's awesome. So
Left
yeah,
and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back. Traversal audio cues. On. Enables additional accessibility audio cues to assist with traversal and exploration. Plays a sound cue for jumpable gaps, climbable ledges, and squeeze-throughs. Areas that require crouching or going prone. Interacts and pickups. Nearby breakable glass. Gaining or losing movement control. When ledge guard is enabled, plays a sound cue when it activates. For additional sound cue information, consult the audio cue glossary. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
I didn't even have to explain it. The game itself tells you what it's for. Now, of course, you'll get examples of that when I show some gameplay. After this showcase of accessibility, guys, this is extremely exciting. Like, you have no idea. Like, when I was playing yesterday, I got goosebumps. Like, it was just so amazing getting all these features. And again, I didn't cover this because of the fact that I'm working on my like tournaments and all that. But anyway, but here we are. Let's go ahead and just talk about it. And then I'm gonna go down to these settings, and it's gonna tell us the purpose for each setting. So that way, I'll let the screen reader tell you what it is.
Combat audio cues. On. Enables additional accessibility audio cues to assist with combat and stealth. Plays a sound cue for enemy grab and strike prompts. Incoming enemy melee attacks. Being impaled with an arrow. Aiming at an enemy. Landing a shot on an enemy. For additional sound cue information, consult the audio cue glossary. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
So there is a section in the game, and you can actually access all these options within the game itself once you got, you're navigating the game, for your objectives and all that. So you can access all this stuff at any time. So it says something really important twice already. It says audio cue glossary. During the game, when you pause it, there is a glossary of all the sound cues, and it tells you what they're for. The screen reader will read it to you as well. And you'll see that in the examples of the gameplay I'll show you guys when I kind of go over them. I'm going to be talking over, some of the examples in there to give you guys a general idea. Again, a lot of blind players are familiar with this, but I want, in case someone who's sighted comes across this, they can kind of figure out as to why. So let's look at another option.
Combat vibration cues. On. Enables vibration cues to assist with combat. Plays a vibration cue for incoming enemy melee attacks.
Yeah, same thing.
Guitar vibration cues. On. Enables a vibration cue when the correct guitar note for story progression is selected. Left and right directional buttons.
Very
Check
self-explanatory.
audio volumes. Adjust the volume levels of sound effects, dialogue, music, cinematics, and audio accessibility options.
Alright.
Audio cue glossary. Browse and listen to various audio cues that appear throughout gameplay.
I will show this later on, so be sure to check out
button.
the video, the gameplay
button.
portion of
Reset
it.
to defaults.
So
Circle button.
yeah,
Back.
this is all accessibility features relating to blindness, guys. This is like the first title ever to have full accessibility. Not just the screen reader, and they call it accessibility, or not just, some audio cues here and there, and everything, which again, I'm going on record saying that I appreciated all that stuff, especially from NRS. Like, again, I'm a huge NetherRealm Studios fan from the beginning, since Mortal Kombat 9. Hell, even before then, before they were Midway. But this right here is a great example of true accessibility, like at the, at its highest peak. This is like, a new era basically. I mean, again, I might sound dramatic, and I don't really care because I'm just expressing how I feel about it. But this is a new era, guys. This is a new turning point for blind players. You know, um, all of this is just amazing features. So
X button.
without
Select.
without
Triangle button.
without further
Reset
ado,
to
let's
defaults.
actually go ahead and check
Circle
out some
button.
gameplay.
Back.
I'm gonna go ahead and showcase some gameplay for you guys. Be sure to check it out. Right now, after this, we'll switch to gameplay, so that way you guys can see like true examples. Keep in mind too that my gameplay kind of like really it kind of sucks because of trying to learn the whole game as I go and everything. So I'm still not like a pro at it yet. But this is a game I'll tell you right now that I'm gonna be playing for a long time. I'm gonna play this game to the point where I'm gonna become familiar with it, and I want to get good at it. And my goal is to maybe do it in survival mode, like the hardest difficulty. So, because once you know where everything is at, remember, guys, we've been playing games like this for a long time anyway. Some people may not necessarily need all of these features that they give you, like the presets and stuff. Once you learn the stuff, oh man, you can customize it however you want. So, alright, so let's check out some gameplay, guys. We'll see you guys in a bit.
X button.
Alright, so here we are, guys, checking out some gameplay of The Last of Us. Basically, right here, I'm showing some little footage of a fight scene that I had with one of the enemies. You hear that little dong sound? That's when you're dodging an enemy or when they hit you and you're supposed to press the button to dodge it. So there I was able to kill him. It said alcohol because that's what I picked. It like the screen reader actually tells you what you're picking out, like whatever item. Notice there was like a little tone to indicate it. Here those little two tones also. Those are the navigation tones, which we'll go over more detail in a little bit when I go over the sounds. That right there, it's your navigation. Then you have what's called navigation waves. Like we get to a certain point that you need to reset it again to keep going. And you do that by pressing the left joystick. You push down on it. There you go. So when I press it again, I have to reset that. And then there's also sound cues for an item, and you press triangle to get to that point. So there we go. We got to that little point, and we did it.
Photo mode options. Audio cue glossary.
So here we're looking at the audio cue glossary that I was mentioning before. I'll show you guys a little bit of what each one does. You heard that?
Triangle button.
Shot Slayer 1187. You need to tap the triangle button right as it rains. It is very precise.
An audio cue that plays when triangle button. Interaction prompt is nearby, but not currently active. Traversal audio cues and combat audio cues can be enabled from the accessibility menu. Triangle button. Interact audio cue.
So the menus themselves will tell you which button, the sound, and what it's
Shot Slayer 1187.
what is it useful for. That's what it's doing.
Audio cue. An audio cue that plays when you must. Circle button. Crouch to progress. Traversal audio cues can be enabled from the accessibility.
Oh, see, I need to memorize these sounds. Yeah, I was trying to memorize the sounds during the stream.
Melee audio cue. An audio cue that plays when square button. Melee prompt square button. X button. Jump audio cue.
Oh, that's the jump audio cue.
Okay. X button.
See, I was still learning at the time. I just dove into the game when we started.
That one yet. An L2 button. Error.
See,
error.
it's giving you all of the sounds.
Control. Lost control. Regained control.
And I'm talking over myself too.
Navigation assistance.
This is during my stream yesterday.
There he goes. Navigation assistance. Waypoint.
Hey, see, those are the waypoints right there. The sound cues. There it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the objective. Whenever you have an actual objective in the game. Otherwise, you can navigate wherever you want and just like reset yourself.
L3 button. Navigation assistance. Item.
That's when you.
L3 button. Navigation assistance. Enemy.
Oh, now it's going through the sound cues for like items and enemies.
L3 button. Navigation assistance. Safety. Circle button. Enhanced listen mode. Item.
And that's something that you can guys kind of go on your own. I know I might have covered some of them, but there's a lot of them, guys. And so right here, okay, so now we're switching to me just trying to open this, turn on this generator. So there are some puzzles where you have to press precisely. Like right there, I had to press it exactly where the sound came on. That's why I kept resetting. And there it is. We solved it. Yeah, we solved it. I got hyped too. We solved it. So we turned on the generator, and then of course there was more that I did with this puzzle, and that was it. Now here, okay, check this out. Here, this specific part is where it shows how like the text-to-speech software or feature basically allows you to access anything, whether it's your inventory or and even your items within the game. So not just like while you're navigating, it'll pick up the item and it'll read it to you while you picked up, where it's like a craft item, alcohol, or whatever, like items that you pick up throughout your journey. And here we came to a puzzle where you had to enter some codes, and it's awesome because it pops up and then you have to put your code in there.
The first one is
It's like a regular keypad, or like the way regular screen readers work on computers, on PCs or Macs. So check it out. Right now I'm kind of navigating,
L2 button, zoom, square button, read, circle button.
and I pressed, and I'm gonna read
So
it.
it should be 0512.
Main gate dash 0512. North 0 dash
See,
13.
I'm reading now the items.
0512.
Triangle flip, L collectibles, checkpoint gate codes.
It's a note that I picked up, and it's got all the codes for the different gates that you're gonna come across throughout the game. And sure enough, that's what's happening right now. And I'm about to try it right now. Check it out. I'm gonna mess up like a couple of times because I was still trying to get used to like how to type the numbers.
Keypad 0.
But eventually we got it though. And of course during the stream I was like, yay, I got hyped. So check it out.
Keypad 1. Keypad.
I think this is where I mess up. Whoops. Okay, there he goes. So I'm gonna try it one more time. Check it out, and then like by the third time's the charm, right?
Yoshimitsu 522. You hit one twice.
I did actually, yeah. So somebody in the chat was like, you hit twice once, like you hit number 1 twice. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, check it out, guys. Here we go. But yeah, the screen reader.
Okay.
Yeah, I messed up right there. I did mess up. Right here, I think this is where I get it right. But yeah, it's reading everything.
To view.
Captain Earshot. Looks like it sounds like multiple codes for multiple gates.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of different.
Delete.
Different codes. Yeah.
Keypad 1. Delete keypad.
I never finished my thoughts. I noticed that.
Keypad 0. Keypad. Keypad. Keypad 5. Keypad 5. Keypad.
We got it right this time, I think.
1. Keypad 1. Keypad 2. Yes.
See,
Woo, we got it.
we solved the puzzle. Yeah, we just had to open the gate, and we got it, guys. This is all thanks to the accessibility options in the freaking game.
Hey, come on. Let's get out of here.
And there's my horse to the right. Now here's another fight scene that I was proud of, so check it out. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the gameplay part of this video, and then I'll go ahead and finish off with my conclusions. Check it out. You can actually aim at your enemies. Ah, there it is. She's to my left. Now she's in the middle. Oh. And I shot. Boom. 2 shots. She's out. That's a jump section. There's an enemy to my left side. So I'm moving the camera. You can move the camera. Ah, there it is. Shot that guy. He's out. And now he comes the clicker, which is it's a special type of enemy. Oh, that's not a clicker yet. My bad. Now here comes the clicker afterwards, I think. But yeah, you can hear by the sounds. He's in front of me now. Slightly. No, he's not. He's not. There it is. There he is. There he is. We got him.
Jesus.
I got him. I got him now. I can actually do a headshots, and it takes him out too.
It wasn't a headshot, actually. It was too hype.
Yo, all right. We're getting practice, guys.
In conclusion, I just want to say that this is probably one of the most innovative things that I've come across in the entire gaming industry. Now, I know a lot of people are giving it bad reviews and there's just so much hate towards the game as well, but it's to be expected. I don't know if it has to do anything with like the gameplay features or anything of that sort. I know it may have to do with the storyline as well. Again, this is a video with no spoilers, so that's why I wanted to make sure that I didn't spoil anything for anyone in case they haven't played it yet, or maybe just got started and maybe at a certain point, but not towards, you know, further down the line. Because me either, I'm still, you know, trying to get to the end of the game. It's gonna take a while because I want to take my time and really enjoy the game and just fully take in everything that Naughty Dog has created that is also playable for, you know, blind players. So yeah, I mean, I love this game. I think it's gonna go down in history as the game that sets the bar for accessibility overall. So I hope that other studios are taking notes and will also reach out to consult with other blind players, not just guess as to what we're looking for. You know, reach out to us and we're more than willing to let you know what is it that we're looking for. I'll tell you one thing, we're not like those gamers who want everything because they feel entitled, you know, by saying, hey, I'm your fan, therefore I'm entitled to you this and this and that. No, I believe that the artist is primarily the you know, their vision is what comes first, and then of course you can provide suggestions, some inclusions and everything, and basically create a work relationship, a partnership with these guys, so that they're more willing to work with you and, you know, and listen to your ideas rather than saying, hey, give me this because it's you know, it's what I want. No, you know, that's not the case. I believe in working together, like Brandon's you know, Steven and James did. You know, those guys, Steve, I mean, I'm sorry, it's Brandon, Steve, and James are the three guys. You know, those guys actually worked with Naughty Dog, you know, basically creating that work relationship to ensure that we all blind gamers get this kind of thing. So it's not like, hey, give me this because whatever, because I'm blind or whatever. No, that's not the case. Yeah, accessibility is gonna be, it's the standard now, you know, but let's continue working with them. You know, I believe in not, you know, start demanding all this stuff just because now we feel entitled to them. You know, let's work with them, and if they're willing to do it, then awesome. We'll definitely, you know, continue to support these companies. And if they don't, then I mean, they pretty much lost customers. You know, as we come to realize, a lot of people were actually buying PlayStation 4 simply to play this game, guys. So, and I put it on Twitter, other people have said it as well, accessibility sells. If you make your games accessible, not tone it down, this doesn't mean you need to dumb down your game. It just means that you have additional options that allows literally everyone to play, not just certain groups of people, but literally everybody. People with disabilities, people without disabilities, you know, even within the disability community, you have people, you know, with motor skills, with hard of hearing, or deaf, you know, who are deaf, and you have blind, low vision, you know, you have all these different categories, and Naughty Dog did an amazing job. With that said, guys, thank you so much if you got to this point of the video. I appreciate you watching. Be sure to stay tuned. My plan is to do a full playthrough of The Last of Us and put it here on my channel, you know, as within different parts. But in the meantime, I'm just streaming it live on my Twitch channel. So be sure to check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/OBS Rattlehead. It will be in the description down below. And so, with that said, thank you guys. If you have any comments or anything that you want to, you know, talk about, let's discuss it in the comment section. You know, I want to get the discussion going, and be sure to also spread the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Spread the word. Let everybody know that blind players, you know, have this fully accessible mainstream title now, and if you know, you're looking to play a game that is non-fighting and that is fully accessible, I definitely recommend The Last of Us Part 2. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see.